Hello, good day to you. Well, it's a wonderful day, and we will today talk about Bible videos, and it goes to 1 Samuel 30 to 31. Okay, let's go without wasting of time. David destroys the Amalekites. David and his men reached Ziklag on the third day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burned it, and had taken captive the women of everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on the way. When David and his men reached Ziklag, they found it destroyed by fire, and their wives and sons and daughter taken captive. So David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep. David's two wives had been captured, Ahinoam and Jezreel and Abigail. The video of Nabal and the Carmel. David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of storing him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. Then David said to the Abiathar, the priest, the son of the Ahimelech, bring me the ephod. Abiathar brought it to him, and David inquired of the Lord, shall I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them, pursue them? He answered, you will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue. David and his 600 men with him came to the Besher valley, while some stayed behind. 200 of them were too exhausted to cross the valley, but David and his other 400 continued to pursue it. They found Egyptians in a field and brought him to David. They gave water to drink and food to eat, part of a cake of pressed fig and 2 cakes of raisins. He ate and was revived, for they had not eaten any food or drunk any water of 3 days and 3 nights. David asked, who do you belong to? Where do they come from? He said, I'm an Egyptian, the slave of an Amalekite. My master abandoned me when I became it 3 days ago. We raised the Negev and the Kerethites, some territory belonging to Judah and the Negev and Caleb, and we burned Ziklag. David asked him, can you lead me down to his raiding party? He answered, swear to me before God that you will not kill me or hand me over to his master, and I will take you down to them. He led David down, and there they were scattered over the countryside, eating, drinking, and reveling because of the great amount of plunder they had taken from the land of the Philistines and from Judah. David fought them from dusk until the evening of the next day, and none of them get away except 400 young men who rode off on camels and fled. David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his 2 wives. Nothing was missing, young or old, boy or girl, plunder or anything else. They had taken. David brought everything back. He took all the flocks and herds, and his men drove them ahead of the other livestock, saying, this is the David's plunder. Then David came to his 200 men who had been too exhausted to follow him and who were left behind at the Besor valley. they came out of me, David and his men with him. As David and his men approached, he asked them how they are. But all the evil men and the troublemakers make David's followers said, because they did not go out with his. We will not share with him the plunder we recovered. However, each man may take his wife and children and go. David replied, "No, my brothers, you must do not do with that the Lord has given us. He has protected us and delivered into our hands the raiding party that came against us. Who will listen to what you say? The share of the man who stays with the supplies is to the same as that of him who went down to the battle. All will share alike." David made this statute and ordinance for Israel from that day to this. When David reached Ziklag, he sent some of the plunder to the elder of Judah, who were his friends, saying, "Here is a gift for you from the plunder of the Lord's enemies." David sent it to those who were in the Bethel, Ramoth, and the grave, and Zatir, to those in Aroer, Sipmoth, and Eshtemoa, and Rakel, to those in the towns of Zarehemelites and the Kenites, to those in Harna, Bar Asham, Attak, and Hebron, and to those in all the other places where he and his men had roamed. That's it today. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye.